Hi, my name is Mackenzie Pate, and this is my presentation of my time in the Child Abuse and Neglect Unit at Jefferson County Department of Human Resources. So this semester I worked in the CANS unit under the supervision of Brenda Williams, and it was such an incredible experience. I learned so much. The majority of the work that I did was aiding and assisting her in investigating allegations of child abuse or neglect. So in practice, that consisted of writing narratives, interviewing family members, attending forensic interviews, going to the Bessemer County Jail, going to family court, doing home assessments, supervising kids in agency custody when necessary. And then I also got to spend a good amount of time reviewing agency training policy and policies and procedures for how to investigate these claims, as well as learning how to complete documents such as comprehensive family assessments and individualized service plans. So the two competencies I'm going to focus on are competency number 5 and number 7. So the first is engaging in policy practice. We had a good deal of cases where we would investigate allegations of abuse or neglect for infants who had been born when their mothers tested positive, when their mothers screened positive for a drug test at the hospital. So this is due to a legal policy that anyone receiving Medicaid benefits is automatically drug screened when they are admitted to the hospital. And so due to that, a lot of low-income women who may have used a substance at some time during the course of their pregnancy, they test positive, and that becomes a CAN allegation that we investigate. So, of course, because Medicaid beneficiaries are automatically screened, this policy does disproportionately affect low-income mothers who are relying on assistance programs, and often disproportionately affects mothers of color. And of course, those who are worst affected by this policy are those with other financial needs, such as food or housing insecurity, regardless of their substance use issues, or if they even have a substance use issue. So one area in which more education and advocacy work is needed concerns Delta 8 products. So these are new products that have only recently entered the market and can be purchased legally in some places in the state of Alabama. But because they contain THC and CBD, they do still test positive on most drug tests. So because of this, we do have some mothers who have smoked Delta 8 products and test positive in their drug assessment at the hospital when they give birth, and it comes to us for an abuse allegation that we have to investigate. So due to this, I think there needs to be more education and advocacy work about what the potential harms to a prenatal child can be when using these products, and more education about how these products, using these products during a pregnancy can result in certain consequences if you test positive when you give birth. So the second competency is assessing individuals, families, groups, and organizations and communities. And here I got to practice learning to distinguish my personal feelings from my professional judgments. So the best example I can give for this is home cleanliness. So in 2 different home assessments I went on. In the first one, it was a non-traditional home setting where there was a good bit of clutter due to clothes and other miscellaneous items that had been donated to the family. On the other home visit, the family lived in a traditional home setting in a nice area, but the home itself contained a great excess amount of trash in it and even had animal feces on the floor in several places. So it was my professional duty in both of these home assessments to distinguish what my personal idea and feeling of home cleanliness is from assessing what the environment actually was and if it was safe for the children who were living there. So in the first home assessment we went on, in the first example, we assessed that it was safe for the kids living there, and in the second one, we found that it was not safe due to the level of cleanliness. Just for context, both homes did have working utilities, running water, plenty of food, clothes for the children, toys for the children. They had that basic stuff, which definitely were strengths. But in the second one, we did need to implement an ISP and help get their home to a level of cleanliness that would be safe for the children living there. So in conclusion, this semester at Jefferson County DHR was extremely educational, extremely impactful. I was a bit nervous about working with this agency, but I'm so thankful I did, because I have learned and grown so much, and I do feel prepared to enter the field of child welfare after my practicum here. And I have to say thank you so much to my supervisor, Miss Brenda Williams, to my intern coordinator, Miss Sharon McGinnis at DHR, of course to Professor Melton, Miss Linker, and Dr. Hitchcock for all their support and guidance this semester. Go Blazers!